Welcome guys. Our today's topic is limitations of constitutionalism, or we can say problem related to constitutionalism. This is our today's topic. First problem in constitutionalism, in behavior and emotion of constitutionalism is war-like situations. The first limitation and problem related to constitutionalism is war. In today's time, there is too much tension between states. It is about economical goals and their extraordinary passions for their development. This kind of things create a situation of tension between nations. Every nation wants to become a military power or economical power or soft cultural power. So they are in race of weapon. If China has 120 nuclear weapon, India must have 100 nuclear weapons. If Russia have 5,000 nuclear weapon, then America must have 6,000 nuclear weapon. This is race between nations. Race for create nuclear weapon, race for creating more and more military power, investing more military power. Nations are competing to each other. All the nations which are developed nations and developed nation and developing nation, all kind of nation, they are competing with each other to invest in complete GDP into their army, navy and air force. This is the problem. So when nation decide to give all their mind towards military power, towards weapon creating, then they cannot give their good performance for economical development, social development and human rights, education and other kind of things. So the emotion of constitutionalism, the objective of constitutionalism become a second or third or fourth kind of agenda for those nations. So this is the basic limitation of constitutionalism and problem for constitutionalism, that the situation of tension, situation of competition, situation to become a army superpower, the situation where nation want to create more nuclear weapons, a big army, where nation want to spend their maximum GDP and their maximum income into army, navy and air force. This thing create a emptiness in law and order, in social upliftment, in economical upliftment. So constitutionalism become the third category agenda or not primary agenda. This is the next problem or the next limitation in constitutionalism is absolutism or dictatorship. Absolutism and dictatorship are both political systems which are anti-constitutionalism. As absolutism and dictatorship comes into power, the constitutional government and constitutionalism become less powerful and become ineffective. Next problem related to constitutionalism or next limitation related to constitutionalism is institutional problem. Institutional problem means in nowadays there are central authority and the political system is very rigid and very big in size. So it is very hard and very impossible to solve the economical and social problems of society, of their own people, because the central authority is very far from the ground level, and the system which is working for everyone is very big, that all kind of problems and social and economical issues cannot get in sync with the central authority. This space and this emptiness create an environment of anarchy where people started not believing in the democracy in the parliamentary system, because institutions are correlated with each other, but this relation and this combination of all institution and very big kind of political system create this problem, that simple issues of normal people cannot be solved and cannot be get in sync with the central authority. So this rigidity and complex and large political system which create environment of non-believing in political system, this is the major issue or limitation with the constitutionalism. The next limitation or problem in constitutionalism is relation between state and their citizen. And nowadays, maximum nations are following parliamentary democratic system and presidential democratic system. These parliamentary and presidential democratic systems are work on voting rights. All mature and adult citizens of respected nations have voting right. This voting right and political party system create a struggle for getting majority. All pressure groups, political parties and political groups are trying to create a effect on citizens so they can get majority of votes. In this process, there is a struggle between state and citizen. This is the limitation and problem with constitutionalism, because this struggle create an environment where political parties, political groups are bounded and pressurized for doing unconstitutional things and creating false propaganda, giving false statement on caste, religion, color and different kind of areas, so they can create a vote bank on based of colors, caste, religion. So this kind of unconstitutional things are done by political parties, pressure groups, political groups. Why they are doing this? Because they want majority, and for majority they misguide the citizens. Center have too much workload that they cannot counter this problem. Center and state government already have too much work, and the system of democracy where political parties, pressure groups, political groups are free to do their work and do in this struggle, in this competition, they do unconstitutional things like misguiding people and citizens in name of religion, in name of caste and colors. This is the problem related to constitutionalism. Next limitation of constitutionalism is emergency situations. All kind of constitution, even it is a communist constitution or socialist or democratic or any kind of constitution, have a special articles and process to deal with emergency situations. It happens sometimes that the leader or supreme authority of nation use those articles and process in vain. What does it mean? It means that they use those articles even if there is no emergency. So we have an example of this thing, that how emergency situation and procedure of emergency situation in constitutions have created problem for constitutionalism. Indira Gandhi in 1975 applied the emergency. But in reality, there is no emergency situation at that time in our nation. But she applied emergency, and for some time she took over the constitution, and for some time she become like a dictator. So this is the limitation and problem related to constitutionalism, that every constitution have procedure of dealing with emergencies, and those situation and those procedures are used by national leader and supreme authorities as a tool to destabilize nation or control complete control over the constitution and nation.